right? So, of course, I decide, and this is like a DGen bet for me. Like I put $1,000 on red and $1,000 on black, which is like a lot for me in the pits for sure. Like,
howdy everybody. It's been a week. Fade the Mahoney's back. This guy over here, the E-Donk, he's playing hurt. He had a little hospital episode last night, but he's fighting through it. He's gonna. You all right? You're with us, right?
We're good. We're gonna tough it out.
All right. And then
For the
we've also.
kids.
What'd you say?
For the kids.
Yeah. No off days at Fade the Mahoney.
Absolutely not.
And then special guest for today, we've got DerekGMZ. Is that what you'd like me to call you, or just Derek?
That's fine.
Okay.
Derek's good. Yeah.
All right, we'll just go with Derek. We've had a lot of horrible gamblers on the show. A couple people who play poker pretty well, from what I hear. But Derek, you play poker for a living? Is that accurate?
Yes, for now. I've been playing poker for 20 years. 13 of those years I've been a semi-professional, and then the last 2 years I've been playing primarily tournaments on stake. So it's
Have you seen that? Have you seen that Marley T-shirt?
You have it up there? Is it Marl's TV?
No. What's the one I'm thinking of, E-Dog?
Let's see. Friends don't let friends play tournaments.
Yeah, that's that breaks my heart.
All right, so we've got a real live tournament pro here. We're going to ask him a whole bunch of questions in a second. Just a few things I've written down for a recap. For the short term, we're going to be going once a week. We were doing 3 times a week during NFL because you're all a bunch of DGens and you love betting on NFL. So we had lots of content there. For right now, we're just going to slow it down a little bit and hopefully bring you a good guest episode once a week. So Derek is our first one there. Please stick around to the end. A couple of exciting things. We've got a new segment called Viewer of the Week that we're going to introduce, the first one of that. And then we also have a giveaway contest at the end that has something to do with our friend Derek here. So please stick around to the end. We need to give a big thank you to both Daniel Negreanu and David Tuckman, who came on last week for our NHL betting spectacular. We tried a live stream thingy while they were on, and we have well over 5,000 views, which for us is excellent. So
yeah, some big name guests. Like having me on here is what, a regression to the mean?
No, this is pretty good. You're the first tournament pro that we've had on, I think, right? Yeah.
You had one time.
You
last longer than me.
Don't make E-Donk laugh.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts to laugh, but it hurts so good.
Yes, one time in the WSOP 50 this past Sunday night, like the buffoon that he is, he got it all in pre-flop with aces. What a moron.
Yeah.
Silent Sound.
I don't suggest that. Nothing but pain.
Yes. If you had to guess what hand Silent Sound guy had, what would you guess?
King.
Exactly. That's
all right. Yeah.
There was also an ace on the flop as well.
Okay. That's the only hand he loses with, right? It's king. That's the Silent Sound guy special.
He had all the chips with like 5 to go, and I think he finished 4th. I think. Anyway, could you tell us? You gave us a real brief history. You said you've been playing for 20 years, which seems remarkable to me because you look like you're about 30. But could you tell us the story, where you're from, where you're at now, what your schedule is, that sort of stuff? Lay it on me.
Okay. Yeah, people usually think I'm a lot younger than I really am. But I've been in the industry for quite a while. So I did start in Southern California. Right around when the poker boom happened, I started touring home games and Indian casinos, like Morongo, Sequan. So I was playing part-time work. I was like working at UPS, sorting boxes like 3 a.m. to 8 a.m., then going home, showering, driving an hour to Morongo, playing their $40, $60 tournament, and then playing 3-6 limit hold'em until I was tired enough to go home. Then rinse and repeat. I did that like every Tuesday, Thursday. And then when I turned 21, I started playing at Hawaiian Gardens, playing limit hold'em, quickly moved up to A16, but I plateaued. The next level up is like 2040. So that was like, it's a big jump.
That's a big
right.
Game.
I didn't really have the resources or the know-how to get better at that point. So I played no limit tournaments at the big three while I was doing that. So Commerce, Bike, Hustler. And when I had my first big score at Commerce, it was one of the 350. It was one of the first multi-flights. Before then, so it was like a 350 buy-in with $1 million guarantee. And I believe like Matt Savage was one of the first people to actually start that craze. $1 million guarantee with that much low of a buy-in was like unheard of. So I ended up final tabling that. That was about 80K. And after that, I got trading with Ari Engel. That was a general boot camp. And then I got grandfathered into like an advanced class with him. I was doing that to transition to online poker. Shortly after that, Black Friday happened. So that didn't work out. In 2012, I decided to move to Vegas to deal and play. And that's where I've been since. I don't see myself moving away. I love it here. It's a 24-hour town. DJs come in and out all the time. I don't know if you know anything about that. So it's I don't have to go anywhere. They come over here. D-gentlemen. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I've been there a couple times.
Yeah.
In the last 6 months.
I was gonna say, you've been there a few times in the last year, right?
Yeah. So I've just been dealing and playing and occasionally picking up contract work for like production companies. I was working for the Rent Up Studios and then Great Torp Studios. I've done some WPT work. I have helped out Solve for Why with their live streams when they were doing their podcast. I've also entered into a bunch of content creator competitions. I've done pretty well in those. Whenever there was value, I'd try to throw my hat in there and just try to get creative, creating content. There was the Vloggers in Paradise with Andrew Nemi and Jeff Gross. I ended up finishing in the top 5 of that with a couple of people you might know, Trevor Savage and Matt Kiefer. And then I also threw my hat in the ring for the Thirst Lounge when they needed a few replacements. And I made it to the interview round, but interviewed poorly. There was also a Solve for Why Academy seat that I entered and I actually won. So I got some value there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, in my video, I needled Berkey a little bit. After the fact, I asked him how he liked it, and he, with a straight face, like, I hated it. I didn't like it. I was just like, all right, okay, it was nice talking to you. Have a good day. So I thought that he would take it in stride, me being a little peon and him being up there just in the nosebleeds, not take that offense. But I ended up working for him later, so it's all cool.
Cool. So you said that first score was like 80K. I'm just going by what I found on Hendon Mob, nearly 600K in tournament winnings. Is that accurate?
Yeah, almost breaking 600K. One more final table and I can breach that mark.
Okay. I'm going to remind everybody, please stick around to the end if you think it's interesting that Derek here wins a lot of money playing poker tournaments. If Brandon Whitmire was watching right now, would you have anything to say to him?
I think I've made a couple running jokes about Brandon Whitmire in the Vloggers in Paradise. He won the DraftKings 50-50 and he won a bracelet. I think the tournament before that he also final tabled, but missing out on that bracelet. But yeah, he had easy competition heads up for his bracelet win. So
who was that?
I'd probably tell him congrats. You know, good job.
For those of you who aren't following, Derek was one person away from getting an actual World Series of Poker bracelet. came in second place. It's a pretty nice score.
Yeah, to play heads up with a bracelet on the table is pretty surreal. Like, I mean, if you're going to be playing tournament poker, it's kind of
so why you get up in the
it's
morning.
kind of the goal. Yeah, it's the dream. I mean, technically, with how many bracelets there are and how much variance goes into tournaments, they're kind of a joke. But I'm still striving to claim as many jokes as I can.
Mm-hmm.
I don't take myself all that seriously, and you know, it's the journey. It's not really the item that you earn or whatnot. So, you know, I'm just going to keep firing.
I saw on.
It's like your version of the joke bet.
What's that?
The joke bet.
I don't know that.
I believe that is a who am I thinking of from Live at the Bike? Armenian Mike.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, no,
yeah.
I don't
Pretends
follow
to
too much
shove?
Keshkins. Yeah.
No.
When he pretends to shove. Do you know who this guy is? This Brandon Whitmire, Edonk on Hendon Mob. He says he's from Chicago. I don't ever remember playing with him. You have any idea who he is?
This sounds
must
like an
know.
awful poker player.
Generally like to ask our guests to share some DGen or poker and some sort of story. I think Edonk had something specific he wanted to ask you about, though.
All right.
Yeah, I was wondering how the craps session went last night.
Yes. So I went. There was 3 birthdays around the same time. I went over there and we celebrated with DGAF, Agavni, and Brian, and it was about 30 people, and about a quarter of us went, and we went over to the Win, and we got a corporation going for craps. It did not go well. Normally I have the golden hands or the throw of a dove. The dice they look beautiful, but today I don't have it. I didn't have it. I should have told him not to play at the Win. I love the Win. I love playing at the Win. I love all the dealers there and the floor. I used to deal there. But I run like complete trash. And that rolled over into the craps table. So I did not have it for them. However, Spraggy was there and he had the best roll by far. But I think my mush Win connection just I messed it up. So I should have done what was best for the team. I should pull myself away. You know, we had 2 barrels as a whole corporation, and we couldn't get it done. You know, I have to own this.
All right. So the corporation got beat up. Edonk, were you part of this corporation, or were you thankfully?
I was in the middle of surgery. Thankfully, I didn't get to punt it off with them. So
hold on. Your emergency surgery probably saved you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. That's running good. Nice job.
Yeah, that's a silver lining.
It probably is. So
Right.
You dusted the corp.
Yeah, I think my presence being there is what made it happen. I think it's the science. Yeah, very provable.
Wow.
Um,
How did you even come on today? How do you live with yourself after dusting everyone's money?
Well, luckily, me being a tournament pro, I'm very dead inside, and I can just bounce back. Yeah, very quickly.
You're a professional punter.
I'm going to throw out your Twitter handle. You've got some good stuff on Twitter, including that awesome scene from Ted Lasso. I assume you must be a Lasso fan if you posted that on there.
Yeah. Brent Harrington mentioned something, and I had to, and I think that was relevant in some way, and I posted that. I think it was like one of those like meme trains on like what you thought the best scene was. Yeah.
All right. So, and your Twitter name is at SunrunnerGMZ.
Correct.
He's a
I had to change it. It used to be Luxac Gomez or Luxac GMZ, but people kept confusing me with someone else that played online or that was on 2+2 as like a troll or something. And I just eventually had to just change it. Yeah.
Sunrunner is a vastly superior name.
Oh yeah, I like it.
I wanted to throw out a thank you to you. You were one of the first people that I remember that watched our Rounders episode. And then
Oh yeah.
I think you typed in the chat like almost immediately that you snap bought the book, something like that.
Oh yeah, like that's such an interesting story. Like just like it's just something I want to invest my time in. I mean the just the idea that he went against so much and everything was in his favor, but he still didn't survive the power that is. And everyone has some kind of relation to that movie, and it means a lot to the poker industry. And it's unfortunate that we haven't had a movie of that caliber yet. I think there should be soon a movie like really modern that can bring in more people and isn't like so much on like the gambling not the gambling aspect, but like there has to be like cheaters or like some type of threat of death or like the mob or something like that. Something to bring poker in a good light, I think. And I'm kind of rambling now because that's kind of my perfect scenario of someone creating a movie that brings to light of what the actual community is and the light that there is there. But I kind of went on a tangent there. Yeah.
I can tell you when you get the book, you'll be excited. It's an excellent
Okay.
read. I had an off the record.
Speaking of community, I'd love for you to share with the people how awesome it was to go to that Raiders game.
Wow. I didn't expect that. I believe one time mentioned that he wanted to do the game, and then Billy mentioned that I was a Raiders fan, and I immediately, I think around that time, I was actually looking for ticket prices, and I was trying to figure out how I can make the budget work, because the cheapest tickets were about $400 if you included all the fees, and I wouldn't go without my dad. So like we used to go to a Raider game once a year. We'd fly to Oakland and we'd make it a whole thing. And he used to have a booster club as well. And we would try to get that going. And we had a good solid 3 years going, and we weren't able to do that anymore. And then they moved to Vegas. I actually have a vlog of us visiting the stadium while it was being built. And we were getting a little emotional on me living in Vegas and the Raiders coming to Vegas. On top of like, I didn't want to think it was real that the Raiders are coming to Vegas. I thought Vegas was being used as leverage. So I didn't. Here's something. The last time I celebrated early was the Tuck Rule game, and I will never celebrate early again. That includes poker. That includes anything. So I do not celebrate early at all. So I was not going to celebrate until they broke ground in Vegas. And when they did that, I teared up a little bit. But so that's just letting you know how much we're fans of the Raiders and Raider Nation and all that. And it was unfortunate my brother couldn't come as well, but he was he was sick with COVID at the time. But so we weren't able to afford it. And I let everyone know, like, oh no, I can, it'll happen some other time, but if anybody wants to watch the game with me anywhere, we can do that. And then the community came through and they said, and I quote, "Fuck that, you and your dad are going to the game." And I teared. I teared as Billy sent me the official word, and I immediately called my dad, and it took a while for it to sink in with him. But when we got there, I made a video of it, a little montage and a little like snippet from the game and the people we hung out with, and now it's there for us to remember, and it was one of the better games, if not the best game of the season. Being biased from the Raiders fan, but with all that was on the line, yeah.
If you don't know what we're talking about, the first playoff game of the year, which was the last game of the regular season, the Sunday night game against the Chargers and Raiders. If you win, you made the playoffs. If you didn't, you went home. And it had that weird.
If they tied.
where
If
the
they tied the
Raiders,
Raiders
where the
and,
Raiders coach took the negative EV approach of kicking a field goal at the end. It's would not be a good gambler.
No. Mm-mm.
But
But it was a free roll to make the playoffs once they called timeout and ready to kick it. So I was going crazy at that point.
Yep. Yeah. Well, it's not a free roll if the kick gets blocked in return for a touchdown. That's why you don't kick it.
Well, worse
anyway.
things have happened.
So Derek and his dad went to that game. That game was awesome. Kept us all up very, very late. All right, we're going to get to some picks soon. I know that's why you're all here. But before we get to the picks, a couple of shout outs, or I guess one. Edonk, we need to give a shout out to Franco Lucas Harris, because he just keeps delivering time in and time out.
Lucas earns so much money for me.
He dealer at the GVC, who whenever he releases his lock of the day, Sunday he came through quite big for me. I think for you as well, Edonk. I was hanging out with him a little bit at the GVC, and he loved Providence, I think, right? Yeah, they were playing against Butler. Loved Providence. And so you earned for us again, Lucas. Thank you, buddy. Derek?
Yeah.
Favorite Taylor Swift song? Go.
Oh,
Oh, cheat sheet. Okay. You're looking at cheat
well,
sheet.
no, I mean, like, it's kind of a toss up. There's the Message in a Bottle is pretty quick. Like, it starts pretty quick and it has a good beat. Like, you don't really have to listen to like the dialogue. But also like Girl at Home is pretty sneaky good. I think it has like a lot of depth to it.
I know the first one. I'm not sure I recognize the second one. I'll have to look it up.
You're not familiar with this Taylor Swift song?
I don't think so. Which album is it on? Do you know, Derek?
That I'm not quite sure.
Okay, I'll look it up. What was the name again?
Girl at Home.
Girl at Home. All right.
Yeah.
On my list. All right. I used to ask every guest a question about LeBron and his decision to change his jersey number. But our last guest kind of, he sort of put that one to bed. So we're not going to do that one anymore. Didn't end very well. Instead, we're going to go back to our LeBron James quote of the week. You guys are ready? I've got it right here. Of course, he had to weigh in on Juwan Howard. So this is what LeBron said. Good on you, young fella. Whenever a dumpy looking 51-year-old 5'7" monster puts his hand on your arm and shoulder and you fear for your life, it is time to protect yourself. You have to throw hands and start a brawl. Even if it makes you look like a bitch, embarrasses your whole family, stains your entire program, and potentially costs you one of the best jobs in the country. That was what LeBron had to say to Juwan Howard. All right, Derek, let's pick some games. It's Thursday. Okay. It's Thursday. The NBA's coming back tonight. We've got a whole slate full of games, but we've got 2 national games on TNT, so we're going to do those 2. I hear from the poker streets that you are an NBA betting savant. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I got a system. It's a foolproof system. I don't think anyone has ever used it, and I think you're going to enjoy it.
You just got Eric.
Hold on a second. Well, I gotta get a piece of paper.
No, you should just log into the wager exchange right now.
Yeah, what is this?
So, what are the game choices?
First game, the early game on TNT, the Boston Celtics are favored by 7 traveling to the Brooklyn Nets.
Okay. What's the other game?
The late game is the Golden State Warriors laying 9 points at the Portland Trail Blazers.
Okay. I only want to use this for one game, so we'll go with the late game. Okay. Then everyone has a bit more time to put their bets in and make all the millions of monies that they want. So my system is called 5 Degrees of History. So have you heard the saying, those who do not learn history are doomed to repeat it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, throw that out. History is going to repeat no matter what. And instead of ignoring history, I think we should learn it in order to predict it. Or in this case, make a good pick.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start the game tomorrow is on the 24th of February. So we're going to start way back to 1987 when Kareem Abdul-Jabbar scored his 36th career point in a 97-93 win versus the Suns. Now, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was also in a show called Dave. In an episode titled Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Now, he played alongside Dave, who the show is loosely based off of, aka American rapper Lil Dicky. Now, Lil Dicky also wrote and performed a song called Professional Rapper featuring Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg was recently in the halftime show in LA. He was wearing blue and yellow.
Yes.
Now, what do you think that means?
Golden State Warriors.
Absolutely nothing. We don't pick games on colors.
Oh yeah. Right.
What really matters is that the halftime show was 14 minutes. Now, 14 was also the age of the greatest singer, songwriter, performing artist of all time, Taylor Swift, when she signed a deal with Sony.
Yep.
The youngest at the time.
Now we're cooking. Okay.
Yeah. And now the greatest singer, songwriter, performing artist ever, Taylor Swift, also wrote a song called 22. Now, in this song, she says, and I quote, "I'm feeling 22, end quote. Now, what this means, now, the only person in this game wearing the jersey with the number 22 is Andrew Wiggins.
Yep.
Wiggins. So we have the team, the Warriors. Now we need to know whether it's the money line or the cup, or if they're going to cover. So also in this song, 22, written by the greatest singers, songwriter, you get it,
Taylor Swift,
is tonight's the night when we forget about the deadlines. Now, clearly, deadlines means dead money on the money line. So they're going to cover. We're going to bet they're going to cover. Now, here's another one. The over-under. What's the over-under?
Oh, shit. Hold on. We're going to go about, what do you think, Edon? 227?
That's what it looks like.
That was just a guess on my part. I've got it right here, though. It is 223 and a half.
All right. So now we got to go way back in time. We got the timelines, super solid, airtight. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Andrew Wiggins. So we go way back to the song "Professional Rapper"
by Lil Dicky,
featuring Snoop Dogg. In that song, under is mentioned 3 times. Over is mentioned once. So we're betting the under.
Okay.
Warriors, cover, under.
Okay.
5 stars.
5 stars.
I am not uncertain. It's a fail-proof plan.
5 stars on each?
Correct.
Okay. Total of 10 stars on the Warriors and the under. All right. That's some of the best analysis we've had.
Yeah.
I
have yet to lose with this. Undefeated.
Yeah.
Don't look me up. Yep.
Okay. Not since Jody and the handsome tattooed quarterback theory have we had anything quite this deep. Nice.
I don't know. This is so next level. I don't even know if you're supposed to fade it or take it.
All right. Well, Derek's going to need to take a little bit of a breather after all that analysis. So, Edon, why don't you do the other game? Celtics 7 at Brooklyn. I guess Harden must not be back yet, right?
Harden got traded to Philly, I think.
Right. So he's not back yet.
Huh?
So he's not back yet. That's what I'm saying.
You will never be back.
All right. That's why the Celtics are favored by 7.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Brooklyn. I'm gonna take the home underdog.
How many stars?
Because I got made fun of tonight for taking a road favorite by Macaroni.
Did you win? And by
3.5.
tonight, and by tonight, you mean last night on Wednesday?
Yes.
And did you win that game or no?
No.
Bummer. All right.
It
How many,
was,
how
it
many
was
stars
my-
on the Nets?
It was my boys from Duke.
Oh, wow.
How many stars on the Nets?
3.5.
Okay. All right. Derek, tell us about your big plans this weekend. What are you doing? What's the tournament? What's the buy-in? What can you
Oh.
win? Tell me.
This week at the Win, there's a mystery bounty. Mystery bounty tournament. They've had numerous, I think like 3 of these. This weekend, it's a 1.5 million guarantee. There's 3 starting flights, $1,600 buy-ins each. I am going to fire 2 bullets into that, and I sold action in order to do that.
You sure did. You sold action, and the Fade the Mahoney Corporation purchased 10% of your action, right?
Sharps.
5
Yeah.
and 5. Of that 10%, Edonk and I have decided we're going to give away 2 of the 10% to viewers of this here show. That's why I told you to stick around. 2% is available. 1% is going to be randomly given out to somebody who retweets the Twitter message that we send out about this show coming out on Thursday, and another 1% will be someone who is a subscriber on YouTube and leaves a comment underneath here. So I don't think that's too complicated. 1% to someone on Twitter, 1% on YouTube, retweet on Twitter, leave a message below, retweet on Twitter, leave a message below on YouTube.
The Twitter retweeter has to be a follower, a subscriber too.
Obviously. Thank you for adding that. Good point.
I mean, there's
You're right.
no point.
You're right.
We're not
Please
giving
follow.
money away to someone who doesn't subscribe.
Eric or Derek, after you win, what do you suspect first place will be?
First place has consistently been over 200K.
Okay.
And that's not including the bounties. So the largest bounty is going to be 100K, and they go down consistently. So, or not consistently, but there's 100K, 50K, 25K, 5K down to 500.
Does that
And
mean
they've added a couple.
you knock out the right person?
You have to make day 2. And then on day 2, that's when you get vouchers for knocking people out, and you get to draw out of that thing. I lost the
Barrel.
Yeah, barrel.
Barrel.
But they added 2 different draw cards, which is because the lowest amount is 500. So they added the 500 plus draw 1, and then a 500 plus draw 3, which is really good value.
That's some press your luck type shit right there.
Yeah.
No whammies. Nice. All right.
Well, you and you get to draw.
Yeah, right. So by retweeting or leaving a message below after you win, that could be worth over $2,000. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Free rolls are fun.
So do
Good
that,
value.
everybody. All right.
Did you see they added a mystery bounty to the WSOP this year?
Oh yeah, they just released the schedule. There's a mystery bounty event with a 1 million bounty that can up to 1 million, but they're doing that at the same time as the main. So I think if you actually finished in the top 5, you would, worst case scenario, and this is a good scenario, it's a hypothetical scenario to be in, you would have to late reg the last flight of the main, or just reg directly into day 2. That's because they overlap the scheduling with the $1 million bounty. But
well, that's cool. All right, I got 2 things left. I promised a new segment, Fade the Mahoney Viewer of the Week. You all see this?
oh wow,
Yeah. Drake is the Fade the Mahoney Viewer of the Week. He clearly watched our Maria Ho episode. and is utilizing the strat that Maria Ho dispensed for how to win at roulette.
Break even or go broke.
Yeah. Yep. So
Pretty solid.
congratulations, Drake. This has got to be a big highlight for you. You're the first ever Fade the Mahoney viewer of the week. All right. That's it for the show. Final question. Shout out Silent Sound Guy, who told me I had to figure out a way to end shows better. To end the show, Derek, I need to add a song to the Fade the Mahoney playlist that we've started recently. So from you, a song that you love that not too many people you don't think know exists.
Actually, I just had this on my playlist. I'm probably going to take a long time to get it. It's a song with no dialogue. It's called Genius by Luke Richards. I usually listen to it when I'm ready to go on a journey and self-medicate. So I can play it on repeat. It's a pretty good banger.
Luke Richards.
Right.
All
He's
right.
a
Let me see.
composer.
Luke Richards, found him.
Sounds like a
Artist,
great journey.
songs. All right.
I've taken a few
Oh, there it is.
pretty
Genius.
good ones.
Boom. Add to library. Nope. Add to playlist. Done. So what is that, like a moose journey we're talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Shout out Moose. All right. That's the show, everybody. Enjoy Thursday night basketball. We'll be back next week with a new guest. We've got some good stuff in the works. Say goodbye to the people. Good gambling, everybody. Thanks,
Been a
Derek.
pleasure.
Thanks a lot. buddy.
Later. Thanks for coming out.